Good evening, I'm Ronke Phillips and this is ITV News London. The Metropolitan Police has apologised to the family of TV presenter Caroline Flack for failing to keep proper records over why the force pushed for her to be taken to court. The former Love Island presenter was found dead 3 years ago after being charged with assaulting her boyfriend. Prosecutors had originally advised police just to caution her. Caroline's mother said they should also be apologising for how they treated her. Danny Sinney has this report.
We've laughed with you, we've cried with you, but most of all, we've fallen in love with you.
Caroline Flack was at the top of her game presenting ITV's hit reality show Love Island. As its host for 5 series, she became one of the most popular personalities on TV. But she stepped down from that role after she was charged with assaulting her boyfriend, tennis player Lewis Burton. He said he wanted the case against her to be dropped, but it wasn't. Not long after, the 40-year-old was found dead at her home in East London after taking her own life.
She was being hounded. She was on the front page of, newspaper after newspaper, magazine after magazine. And then this was like fodder for everybody. And it almost felt a bit like the police were just jumping on the bandwagon.
The Metropolitan Police could have given her a caution as recommended by the Crown Prosecution Service, but instead they opted to prosecute her. And though a review didn't find any misconduct with the force, today they apologised. In a statement they said, the Independent Office for Police Conduct asked the Met to apologise to Miss Flack's family about there not being a record of the rationale to appeal the CPS decision. We have done so and acknowledged the impact that this has had on them.
Certainly I've had personal experiences where I've dealt with police officers and I've been surprised at how poor their interpersonal skills are and the communication skills are. So I think that's a real lesson for the police service as a whole, to ensure that they're able to explain the rationale.
Caroline Flack co-hosted The X Factor and won a series of Strictly Come Dancing before becoming Love Island's presenter in 2015. Her family believes she might still be alive today if she hadn't been facing what they thought was a show trial. Danny Sinha, ITV News.
The former police officer who raped and murdered Sarah Everard has pleaded guilty to 3 counts of indecent exposure. Wayne Couzens admitted exposing himself in a woodland in Kent and twice in a branch of McDonald's in Swanley in the weeks before he killed Sarah. A man has been jailed for life for killing his mother. Judy Constance died at her home in Islington after she was beaten by Darren Constant, who had broken up with his partner days before. He'll serve a minimum of 9 years behind bars. And a West London coroner who bullied staff and lost sensitive documents has been sacked. Chinyere Inyama has been at the centre of several scandals since he was appointed 10 years ago. In 2014, he left a sensitive police document about the murder of 14-year-old Alice Gross on a train. He's been dismissed for knowingly misleading the chief coroner. Next tonight, a high street in Haringey says it's been disseminated by the introduction of a low-traffic neighbourhood. 3 businesses on Middleton Road have already shut up shop since the controversial LTN was brought in last year. And many others say they'll be forced to leave in the next 18 months. Our political correspondent Simon Harris reports.
For drivers, they're the flower pots from hell, the wooden plant tubs which mark the boundaries of low-traffic neighbourhoods. Across London, LTNs have divided suburbia. At Bowes Park in North London, traders on Middleton Road fear it's becoming a ghost town. Aliv chairs the local Traders Association and runs a cafe where business, she says, has fallen by a half.
I've got no trade passing by. I've got no tradesmen or women coming in anymore. I just rely on the local people for the lunchtime.
And can you survive?
No, it's really difficult.
Tara's company sells furniture and clothes, but the LTN has forced her to shut up shop and move to another part of London.
It feels like it's dying a death. Shops are pulling out. People are considering pulling out. Obviously they're tied to leases, but they're re-looking at their leases and may not continue. You can't do business here anymore.
But Haringey Council thinks there are other reasons businesses are struggling.
Across the borough, the reality is that the cost of living crisis and the economic environment has had an impact across borough-wide.
The LTNs?
So In areas there is no LTN and very far from the LTNs, they have also seen a downturn in trade.
Haringey's 3 LTNs generated almost £2 million in fines in 4 months. The council insists they're not about raising money, they're about improving the lives of people who live there. At her health salon, Saffron's customers include cancer patients. She says the LTN is scaring them away.
My clients are very vulnerable, they have a lot of underlying issues and they come here for their treatments. Now, a lot of them can't. They're too scared to come around here. They're not sure. They're very confused. Can they turn left? Can they turn right?
An 86-year-old lady, she came in for her teeth. She was fined twice. Once coming and once going, she appealed, it was rejected.
The council says the LTNs are an experiment and might not be permanent, but the damage they're doing could be. Simon Harris, ITV News, Bowes Park.
Hundreds of people marched over Waterloo Bridge to encourage higher visibility of women and non-binary people in STEM. The demonstration was organised to promote women to pursue careers in science, tech, engineering and maths. A recent survey by the organisation found that 1 in 3 young people haven't been taught about a female scientist in the past 2 years. Finally, with more than 100,000 followers on social media, Phil Dean's artwork has gained him quite an audience. Known as the Shoreditch Sketcher, Phil draws London's urban landscape and has filled 49 sketchbooks since he moved to the capital 7 years ago. He met Sally for a scribble.
Known as the Shoreditch Sketcher, the artist behind these has a way of making the good in London look great.
So, Shoreditch Sketcher. I can't say it.
That's easier for you to say.
Shoreditch Sketcher. Yeah. There we go.
Also known as Phil Dean, he's a graphic designer who pretty much stopped drawing until he moved to the capital.
You got a soft spot for London, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I love it.
He's been posting his urban drawings on social media, gaining thousands of followers, and he is quite prolific.
So you've got your famous sketchbooks in here, have you, Phil?
I have, yeah, I brought them.
How many have you got?
49.
49?
49.
No.
The urban architecture like this is definitely his thing, but he does pop a few people in too.
I mean, how lucky you are. You can do people and buildings.
And the good thing about buildings is they never move. Whereas, but people do.
So annoying, aren't they?
I know.
We take a little stroll round Shoreditch before picking the perfect spot for a creative challenge.
So Phil, you're a brave man. You're going to teach me how to draw.
Well, we'll have a go.
What did you do in a former life to deserve this?
Armed with just a notepad and pen, we're quickly up and running, sketching Spitalfields Market.
And you'll notice that I don't try to kind of make it accurate. I embrace the wobble.
But watching Phil was quite hypnotic.
The sketch starts to emerge.
Okay.
Are you going to do any drawing?
Just mesmerised.
Something happens in the brain, it's been proven, that when you're drawing you can't worry about anything else. Because your brain is working on coordinating your eyes and your hand.
Okay.
I'm always drawn to St Paul's Cathedral.
Are you?
It's a kind of a love-hate relationship because it's so difficult. It's so difficult to draw. Have you ever tried drawing that dome of St Paul's Cathedral? It's a nightmare. But
After 20 minutes, we compare pictures. Phil's, of course, is on the right and mine on the left. A masterpiece. Mine is not. But it was a lovely morning.
Well, that was brilliant. Thank you so much. Shall we go and get some cake and coffee? Because I'm starving.
Yes, please.
All right, let's do it. Remember, embrace the wobble.
Sally Williams, ITV News, Shoreditch.
She's quite a talent, isn't she? Now on to another talent. It's James Wright with the weather forecast.
ITV London weekday weather is sponsored by Octopus Electric Vehicles. Car, charger and energy.
Hi there, good evening. A sunny day today, a sunny day tomorrow, but one little issue in between. We've got a week of two halves. We've got high pressure to start the week. That keeps things nice and settled. But from Wednesday onwards, we get the succession of fronts moving through. None of them causing us any particular trouble, but expect more in the way of cloud and outbreaks of rain. As far as tonight goes, the issue is mist and fog. We've got light breezes. Some of these mist and fog patches could turn out to be a little bit on the thick side. They're going to generally be around the outside of the capital, but could cause one or two issues with the airports and also on the road. So do take care tomorrow morning. Allow a bit of extra time to get to work because of the mist, but it shouldn't last too long. It should lift and melt back to give us once again plenty of winter sunshine. That light southerly breeze continuing, and as a result, we could get up to 12 or 13 Celsius, so on the mild side for this point in February. Similar picture on Wednesday. Could be a bit of a slow start because of a bit more mist. Sunshine then for a while, highs of 14, and then you've got that cloud and a few outbreaks of rain to push through later on in the day. Sleep well, night-night.
ITV London weekday weather is sponsored by Octopus Electric Vehicles.
And that's it from us. We're back on air tomorrow from just after 6 o'clock with updates in Good Morning Britain. Good night.